Hi Pisces, welcome to Pandora Astrology's monthly horoscope for September of 2020. Mars is going retrograde for real this month. That's going to hit you in the financial area. Julia will tell you about that in a minute. We've also got Venus and Mercury activity and a couple of moons to discuss. Hey Julia, what's that Mars retrograde that you warned about last month going to be like for Pisces this month?
Well, hey Pisces. So Mars is going retrograde on September 9th, and that is in your second house of money and also possessions. So when Mars goes retrograde, it tends to create a lot of frustrations. It tends to create a lot of flare-ups around whatever issues the house represents. So for you, money could be kind of a frustrating thing during this cycle. Maybe you feel like you're working hard and not making enough, or maybe you even run into a lot of fights over money as well. The second house also extends to things like your possessions too. So you might have to deal with a lot of frustrations and problems with the things you own. Maybe your car all of a sudden requires that you pay all this money to fix it and things of that nature. Then between September 10th and 12th, all the outer planets are going retrograde and Mars as well. So September isn't a great month for starting anything new, like signing contracts, opening a business, buying a home, especially around that window of time. And Jamie and I actually even made a video about Mars's retrograde cycle and how it's going to be triggering the pandemic hot degree too. So if you want to see how this cycle affects world events, I would totally check that one out. Now moving on, Mercury, the planet of communication and mentation, is moving direct and fast. And on September 5th, it's going to be entering your 8th house. This is another money house. So your mind is really on your money during this time. The 8th house is also the house of research and investigation. So if there's some kind of issue, whether it's a professional or a personal issue that you have to really dig deep on, this will be a good transit to do it. Then Venus, the planet of relationships and love, is also moving direct and fast. She enters your 6th house between September 5th or 6th, depending on where you are in the world. And the 6th house is the house of work. It's the house of health, too. So when Venus comes here, this is a great time for getting along well with your coworkers, your clients, your customers, whoever are the people that you interface with at your job. And if you do anything Venus-related for work, let's say you're in design, let's say you do customer service, let's say you do beauty or any of these Venus-related things, then this can be a very fruitful transit for that.
That's so sweet. So first thing that happens this month is that we have a full moon, which is in Pisces, your first house. So you might feel like the spotlight is really on you with this one. And the thing about having the moon so strong for you as a Pisces is that it can bring a quality of emotional clarity, actually. Sometimes when the moon is in Pisces, it creates a sort of a sensation of emotional fog. But this being such a personal sign for you, it might actually bring so much emotion that you get to some kind of clarity rather quickly about how you feel. Now this one we're calling, what did I call it? Dreaming plus strategic action, because there's a balancing act going on here. This very dreamy moon in Pisces, bringing up so many feelings for you, opposes this sun in Virgo, which forms a really lovely grand trine up here to Pallas Athena and down here to Uranus, and then they're falling in earth signs. So there's this dynamic balance between the watery, dreamy nature of Pisces and all of the effectiveness and rigor, detail, and structure of these earthy placements. So I would definitely say that this moon is a great time for you to go deep inside yourself and let your imagination produce thoughts that this grand trine can work with and make real in some form. Now later in the month, mid-month, really around the 17th, there is a new moon, and it falls right here in your 7th house of partnership, and it's in Virgo. Now, we're calling this moon Integrity Holds the Key. And we're calling it that because of the way that this moon, which happens at 25 degrees of Virgo, trines the pandemic hot degree. So the pandemic hot degree this year has been falling in your 11th house. It's been affecting you in the arena of tribe, of community, of friends. And it may be pretty harsh there. because it's giving us all the feeling that there are circumstances around us that are much too big for us to control, and then we have to figure out how to respond to that. So if you've been feeling under pressure and a sense of oppression from that general condition that we're all feeling this year, this new moon can plant seeds that will ease that, that will soothe that, and it may very much be connected with your primary partnership. So your partner may be the one that soothes you, and possibly just by introducing some very practical idea that helps you to, feel calm and sort of ease out some of those feelings of oppression. So that's what we have for you. And, if when you were listening to Julia, you were thinking about that Mars retrograde in your second house and thinking that you could really use some clarity on your finances right now. We don't have a reading for that specifically, but in the natal and transit reading, you could have an exploration of the archetype of Ceres in your chart, which is associated with Taurus and the second house and very much covers those themes of money and wealth building, as well as your relationship with your physical body and the food that you put into it. So a natal and transit reading would probably be the one where you would want to ask all those questions. You could find it on our services page at pandoraastrology.com/services. You can always find horoscopes like this one on our YouTube channel, Pandora Astrology. And until next month, we'll see you around the cosmos. Bye.
Bye.